All right, guys. Thank you for joining me for this pay period kickoff webinar. I'm really excited, man. This was a phenomenal pay period. I know a lot of you have noticed that as well. Your paychecks surely will reflect it. But here's the key. While we had a great pay period, one of the keys to maintaining that is riding this momentum and making sure that we're doing the right things to start the pay period off strong so that we can finish every single pay period as strong as the last one, if not stronger. So tonight I'm going to cover a few key things, but just being on this webinar is one of those steps that is going to help propel you forward. You know, I just had a conversation with Erica the other day, kind of what do I do on a regular basis? One of the key things that I have done every single day in my Advocare journey is plug into something Advocare related. It's not me thinking about Advocare, it's not me just looking at my reports, it's actually watching a training video or listening to a call. Every day I listen to Bob Ferngren's 8-minute call, and I posted that on our team Facebook page yesterday or maybe the day before. That number is the same every single day. Each time that he records one, the newest one will be up. So I recommend you do that. You know, maybe you find something else. You go to championmakerstraining.com, watch videos on there, just plug in to something every single day. So with that, I want to try and keep this short and sweet. There is a lot to cover, a lot of exciting stuff. But first, I want to go ahead and get into all that recognition. But let me go ahead and bring up my PowerPoint so it can keep me on track. You guys can see what's going on. And here we go. All right, perfect. So we're covering recognition. So we're gonna go over some of the successes that the team has had this pay period. We're gonna go over what to do with your all-in challenges. We're gonna talk about how to earn a rookie bonus. We're gonna go over AdvoNation. We're gonna do that $50 raffle at the end, so you're gonna have to stay tuned to be able to know if you won the $50 raffle. And then following that, for those who want to stay on, I'm gonna do a business training. It's a little bit different than I've done before. It's all about mastering the fundamentals and becoming brilliant at the basics. Okay, so let's go into the next slide. Here we go, top 10 PGV. I put mine aside, but you can see Brandon Olivia at the top there with over $6,400 in personal and group volume. Guys, we did amazing. I want to see these numbers continue to grow. I truly believe with the incentive that Advocare has put out there that we can absolutely do that. So congratulations to all of you top 10 PGV. Top recruiters, Brandon and Olivia, as well as Marcus and Jessica Rainey, each with 5 new distributors. And we have Bobby, Colleen, and Lisa with 2. So to be a top recruiter, recruit 2 or more people throughout the pay period, and your name will be on the list. But I want to say thank you. If any of you are brand new to this is your first time being on one of our pay period kickoff webinars. If you just enrolled this last pay period, welcome. We're glad you're here. You know, whether you're here just for product usage and you're kind of dipping your toes into the business side, I hope that we add value to your journey here at Advocare. And always feel free to reach out to myself, reach out to your sponsor. You know, that's what we're here for. We want to make sure that you're successful, because when our team wins, everyone wins. Also, I want to welcome new advisors, Joan and Jennifer. Congrats, guys. This is awesome. All right, what advisor means is you're at the top discount level in Advocare. So not only do you save 40% every time you place an order, you're going to earn 40% every time somebody places an order with you. So that's pretty cool. And then also, when you get other distributors who enroll, you're going to earn the difference between your discount and theirs. And it opens up all 5 ways that we get paid in Advocare. So big things are possible when you get to the advisor level. If you're not an advisor, you need to get there as soon as possible. I'll talk more about that in the training after this webinar. Also, huge congratulations to Sarah for qualifying for the gold leadership level in Advocare, gold is an amazing and a pivotal point in your Advocare business, because a lot of people can just happen into the first leadership level, which is silver. You know, a couple things can go right and bam, you're there, your silver qualification. But gold requires a team. Gold requires determination. It requires persistency. And Sarah is all of that. And I just can't be so happy for her. Now, the goal is to pin it and not only qualify. So pinning gold means that she does it 2 times in a row and she actually earns the gold pin. So we're all pulling for you, Sarah. Let's get it done this pay period. Also, big shout out to Brandon and Olivia, who made leadership team. So leadership team is a recognition that Advocare does to those who average at least $250 in override or more throughout a certain period. And if you're, all this stuff is online on your Advocare microsite if you want to know more details on it. But here's what it allows you to do. So things like AdvoNation, Success School, all the big trainings that Advocare does, we actually get an extra training. So we get several hours where we meet with the other leadership team and we get poured into by the corporate staff to make sure that we're doing our part as sponsors and also seeing the bigger picture of what's possible with Advocare. So you want to be on that leadership team. If you hit silver, your next goal is to make leadership, because that's $250 in override. Once you hit that, then you're shooting for gold, because gold is $500 or more in override. And if you don't know what override is, don't worry about it. Remember, we help people improve their lives with these products. We help people improve their lifestyles through the opportunity. When you can help people improve their health, you can help them improve their lifestyle. You're going to start earning income. You're going to see that override increase. But congratulations, Brandon and Olivia. I look forward to seeing you guys at the leadership team meeting in Cincinnati next weekend. All right, so let's go into what to do with the All-In Challenge. So we had over 108, actually not over 108, we had 108 distributorships who all bought 24-day challenges through the All-In promotion. That means we had over 200 people that are going to be taking the challenge with us starting on Monday the 11th. So here's what you need to do. As a coach, as a sponsor, your focus right now should be to make sure that you're plugging those who are doing the challenge with you into everything that we've got in place to make sure that you're successful. One of those things is the Facebook group page, and that name is All In for 2016. If you can't find it, let me know, let your sponsor know. We'll make sure we get you added to that. We're going to be posting different things like the assessment sheets, coaching notes, recipes, all the stuff that you need to be successful with your 24-day challenge. So whether you're coaching somebody or whether it's just you doing the 24-day challenge, you want to plug into that Facebook group page. Also, make sure you download the necessary documents. So there's a coaching checklist and there's an assessment form that is on your Advocare site. So if you log in to your Advocare microsite, click on the 24-day challenge and then go to the 24-day challenge website, scroll down to the tools, and you'll see a link for the assessment form, and then you'll see a link for the coaching checklist. You want to have both of those documents for yourself and for anyone else who's doing the challenge if you're going to be meeting up with them. Also, download the sample meal plan. On our Facebook group page, that's the For All Champions page, if you click on the files section, which is at the top on the right-hand side, you'll see a bunch of files that we've uploaded, and you'll see the sample meal plan. Click on that. It gives you portion sizes. It gives you specific foods. So that's something you definitely want to have. Also, make sure you like the Advocare Facebook page as well as the Instagram page and stay in contact with those. Next, and this is going to be key, everyone needs to text the word Advocare All In to the number 444-222, and you're going to get updates and information directly from Advocare Corporate. That's going to be huge. That's motivating. So make sure everyone you know that's doing a challenge does that, and don't just assume it. make sure you're asking them, have they text the word Advocare all in to 444-222? And then the key in all of this, guys, is following up. One of the worst things you can do is get somebody on the challenge, get them all their product, maybe coach them through, hey, here's what you're going to do through the cleanse, here's what you're going to do through the max phase, and then day one starts and you're on them, and then nothing for the next 5-6 days. Okay, you don't want to do that, because this is what's going to happen if you wait too long. You know, some people just, life gets in the way and they get thrown off, so they stop. And so you call them on day 6, you're like, hey, how you doing, man? You rocking this thing out? And they're like, man, day 3, I kind of, I got busy at work and I really couldn't eat the meals like I was hoping to, so I stopped. Okay, that's what you're trying to avoid with following up, because we want to make sure that people are getting the results that they're looking for. So make sure you're following up. And if you're on here and you're just a challenger, you're not a distributor, you're not on the business side, make sure you're reaching up to your sponsor. So if you're not hearing from them, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. So make sure you're reaching out to them and you're calling them. Try and do this as a team. Don't feel like you have to do it alone. You really shouldn't, because you're going to be much more successful if you can stay in contact with your sponsor. And for those sponsors, if you can stay in contact with your challengers, they're going to be a lot more successful. And your business is directly related to how many people get success on the products. Rarely do we see anybody who comes into Advocare 100% on the business and they just go to town with it. They don't need you. Doesn't happen. It is a very rare occurrence. Most people start as product users. They get great results, and that naturally flows into the business opportunity. So the key here, guys, is to make sure that you're doing the follow-up and that you're doing it consistently every other day. Maybe 3 days at the most. So call them on day 1, follow up on day 3, then go day 6, then day 10, because day 10, you really want to make sure that you're coaching them on what they need to do, starting with that max phase on day 11, and then follow up every 3 days from there. Okay, so if you do that, you'll be amazed at how much success you have, and you'll also be amazed at how many people continue on product, how many people enroll for the discount, and then how many people actually see the opportunity and want to go all in. Okay, so that's what you need to do with the all-in challenge. That's what your focus needs to be on. And then we've got some just amazing incentives that Advocare is doing. This they've never done, so this is huge. Sorry, I had to take a sip of my OTG. All right, so if you're at the advisor level, okay, you have to be at the advisor level now, you have 3 pay periods. So that's 6 weeks to earn a rookie bonus. And it doesn't matter if you've earned a rookie bonus before. It doesn't matter if you got to the advisor level 5 years ago like me. Okay, all of us can get this rookie bonus. And so here's what you have to do. If you're an advisor, you have the next 6 weeks. So it's 3 consecutive pay periods. You need to enroll at least 3 new distributors and accumulate $3,000 in volume. Okay, so that $3,000 in volume needs to come through new distributors. It's not, people who you enrolled last pay period. It's people starting today going forward. Okay, now you can enroll 10 new distributors and each one of them place a $300 order. Well, that's at least 3 new distributors, and that's at least $3,000 in volume through those new distributors. You earn an extra $500 bonus on top of what you're earning just for recruiting people to your business. So that's huge, guys. Take advantage of this. And I'm going to show you here in a minute some things on the Advocare site where you can track it. Okay, but this is huge. Please take advantage of it. Who doesn't need an extra $500, especially with, just coming out of the holidays? A lot of people spend way more than they need to on Christmas presents. So here's an opportunity for you to get a little extra pocket change and maybe pay off some of those bills. So let's get that done. Next, I want to know, man, are you guys really all in? Really being all in doesn't just mean you're doing the challenge. Okay, if you're all in for your family, if you're all in for your future, you are going to join us at Advo Nation. Advo Nation is happening around 10 different cities across the U.S. You know, if you've got to drive 5, 8, 10 hours, well, you know what? It is going to be worth your time to be there. You're going to get product training from some of the top income earners in the business. You're going to get it from corporate staff. You're going to get it from the Scientific and Medical Advisory Board. And you're also going to get speakers who are going to speak life into you. I can tell you this, I have not missed an Advo Nation. I have not missed a Success School since joining Advocare. And I truly relate my success to being in the room with all of those champions. So personally, I'm going to be in Orlando this Saturday, joining several of our new teammates here in the Florida area. And then I'm going to be in Cincinnati on the 16th. In fact, I'm going to be in Cincinnati, or actually I'm going to be in Columbus on the 14th, but on the 15th, Brandon and Olivia, myself, we're going to Cincinnati because we've got that leadership training the night before Advo Nation begins. So we're really excited about that, but I'm really excited about seeing our whole team together. So we're going to try and coordinate sitting together. Doesn't always happen, but hey, you know, we'll do our best. I know the Robinson crew, they're going to be out in Long Beach, California, which that's going to be awesome. We've got some people in New York, and we've got some teammates down in Dallas. So, man, we are going to represent. And if you haven't got your Advo Nation ticket yet, it's only $69. It is worth every single penny. It is worth every single minute, every single second you are sitting in those seats. I can promise you that. In fact, I would 100% guarantee it. If you leave Advo Nation and your cup isn't filled, I'll reimburse your $69 ticket. All right. So that's my guarantee to you. If you are willing to make the investment in your time, willing to make the investment financially, because hey, I mean, $69, it's not expensive by any means, but some people live paycheck to paycheck. $69 is a lot. All right, so I understand that, but I can tell you this: people who are successful in life, people who you know, are millionaires, who are really doing well, they don't think just day to day. They think about the next 3, 5, 10 years out. In Advo Nation and Success School and the different events that we have, that is you thinking 3, 5, 10 years forward, because those events are what is going to catapult you to building a successful Advocare business that is going to pay you for the rest of your life. It is residual income. Guys, I earn a significant full-time income, very part-time effort. Many of you see what I do on a daily basis. I'm spending 15 hours or so a week building my Advocare business, and I absolutely love what I do, but it allows me the time freedom to do some of the other things that I really want to do with life. So how many of you are stuck in a 9-to-5 that you absolutely hate, and you want more for yourselves, you want more for your lives, you want to be able to bring a significant other home, or maybe you want to be there for your kids as they're growing up? This is an opportunity for you to do that. But you have to get to the events. You're not going to get the training that you get from me, the training that you get from your sponsor, the training you can get from videos is fine. Don't get me wrong, that stuff is great and it works. But when you get in that room and you see the champions that are coming together, you get training from the top income earners, I can't replace that. And none of your sponsors can replace that. You have to be in that room. So that's why I'm hanging out on this slide a little bit longer than some of the others, because I truly, truly believe that if you want to be successful, you need to get to Advo Nation, and then you need to be planning ahead for Success School, which is going to be in Dallas, Texas, somewhere around the August timeframe, maybe a little bit earlier. I forget now. But anyway, you want to plug into that. I hope I see a lot more names pop up on my my report, because I get to see everyone who's enrolled. That's one of the benefits at being at the leadership level I'm at. I get to see a lot more things. So I want to see some names on there. Let's get that going. So what do you do now? First and foremost, focus on anyone in your organization that's on product. I don't care if they're just doing the first 10 days of the cleanse. I don't care if they're only doing Spark and Catalyst. If they're doing the 24-day challenge, great. But you really need to focus on everyone in your organization who is using products and help make sure that they're taking the products the right way, and they're also taking the right products for their goals. You know, if you've got somebody whose goals are endurance based and they're just taking Spark and Catalyst, well, yeah, those two products are great. But man, we've got so many other things that are going to help them, like O2 Gold, Arginine Extreme, VO2 Prime bars. You want to talk about some endurance getters? That's it right there. So we have to think outside of just the 24-day challenge. And if you haven't gone through your website lately to look at all the products that Advocare offers, do so. We've got 70 different products for you to kind of plug into and be able to match people's goals with the products. So don't leave it at just a 24-day challenge, man. Increase your knowledge. Next, help you and your team get success. So again, that does go on making sure they're taking the product the right way, that they're plugged into the things that we talked about earlier, that they're getting their assessments done before they start the challenge, that you've got the coaching checklist so you know what to do with each and every one of them. And again, I'm going to show you where that is here in a second. And then follow up, guys. I can't say that enough. Following up is huge. So make sure you're doing that. Don't leave anybody in the dust. I know personally, when I began, and even still sometimes I slip up, and I'll be completely honest and transparent with you. I'm not 100% every single time. If I was, man, that'd be great. We all slip up, but do your best. And I'm going to show you something here in just a second that helps me stay on track. And hopefully it'll be beneficial to you as well. But follow up with people, make sure that they're getting the results that they want to. And then as the challenge comes to an end, and we'll talk about this more later, you're going to want to coach them on what to do next. Okay, so make sure you're thinking ahead. We're not just thinking 24 days and that's it. We're thinking the next 90 days. We're thinking the next year. Some people need to lose 100 pounds. Well, it ain't going to happen in 24 days. It's not going to happen in 90 days. We need to be thinking, you know, years up the road. So those of you who take advantage of the momentum that Advocare is generating right now, I can tell you this, your lives are going to be changed forever. And I get goosebumps saying that because I know it's absolutely true. I've seen it every single year. Every year I've taken advantage of the new year and everything that Advocare does. Dude, we don't pay. That's the thing, man. This is what absolutely floors me. I'm not paying for all the stuff that Advocare is doing. You know, the free shipping, the bottles, all the freebies that went out to all-in challengers, man, that doesn't come out of my pocket. Not a dime comes out of my pocket. Advocare puts that together. The $500 rookie bonus, you can guarantee that's not coming from my paycheck. That's coming from Advocare. Guys, I'm telling you, they set you up for success. And you know, if this just doesn't get you fired up, man, your wick is just wet. There's something wrong there because this gets me fired up every single time. So if you're as fired up as I am, if you're ready to take advantage of the momentum that's going into this new year, you can be extremely successful, and you're going to bring other people with you, and that you can't put a price on. When you bring somebody else home who is in a job that they hate, or maybe they want to be home with their kids, you can't take that feeling away. You can't put a price on that. That right there, man, that is what we're about in Advocare. We're about helping people improve their lives in the products, and we're about helping people improve their lifestyles, their families in the opportunity. Wow, getting choked up. All right, so with that, guys, I want to, before I do the raffle, I want to show you a few things. So let me go ahead and end this. Stop sharing that. All right, cool, I'm back. All right, so here's what I'm going to share with you. Take that down. Here we are. All right, sweet. All right, so here is my my website. So when you log in, you have this rookie bonus link. Now, you have a tracker here as well. Okay, so once you click on that, it has your personal incentive tracker. So again, it's $3,000 of volume through at least 3 new distributors. And it's going to update daily at 11 a.m. Central Time. So that's 12 for Eastern Time, friends and family. So you've got that. Now, those who are eligible, in your downline, you'll have a complete list. So right here, maybe you see your name on there, maybe you don't. It's alphabetical order. So these are all people who are at the advisor level in my organization. And it's also going to be, if you're an advisor and you have advisors, they're going to be in there too. So, bam, there it is. I can see what everyone's doing, which means I can get on each and every one of you. So that's kind of cool. Next, man, Advocare does some amazing incentive trips. So the next one has just been released. It starts today and goes until, is it 3 levels between December 16th, 2005 and July 5th. Okay. So you have until July 5th, and it's all about the total retail volume generated by new legs through 3 actual levels. Okay, so the top 30 advisors through Gold are eligible, top 60 from Gold 3-star to Ruby. You can see all that stuff there. You don't need me to go over it. So that's there. And now we have the virtual coach. So you can click on that. So what's kind of cool about this, you can click on each one. It tells you when to take your product. Of course, you're going to get the guidebook along with it, so it's cool, but you know, it's not everything that you need. Here's the download coaching checklist. So bam. Now what's really cool about this is it tells you what you need to do and what questions you should ask. So day 1, hey, how are you feeling? Get a response. Follow up that, you know, whatever they say. You know, our job is to troubleshoot. So if they're not feeling well, try and figure out what's going on. A lot of times with the 24-day challenge on the cleanse, you know, if they're feeling maybe a little achy or bloated, they're not drinking enough water. That fiber drink, you need to drink a lot of water. Okay, and that goes to the next question. Hey, did you drink your recommended water for today? What did you eat? Get specific. So all that's on there for you. And it's amazing when you start asking these questions, how well things will go for you. Okay, so you've got that. Also, if you click on this 24-day challenge, go to visit website, then go down to tools and resources. Over here, you have the assessment form. So you can download that. Put in your measurements, your weight, so comfortable measurements, how is your overall daily energy. And then down here, do this assessment. Now, it says do push-ups for 24 seconds. I'm not all about 24 seconds. Do it for a minute. See how many push-ups you can do in 1 minute instead of 24 seconds. All right, but that's there for you. Whoa, look at that. Greg, that's awesome. All right, so on Facebook, we have our For All Champions. This is the For All Champions. This is more the product page. Click on, oops, we don't want to click add file. You just want to go up here to the files. And then right here is the sample meal plan. So just click on that. It gives you portion sizes for men and women and gives you some options as far as what you should be eating. So all that's on there. There's an improved grocery list. There's some cleanse guidelines. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff on here that you can utilize. Okay, so make sure you're doing that. Also, again, make sure you're plugging in to Advocare's Facebook page because they're going to have a lot of updates on here. So if you come down here, other things to, you know, maintain a healthy diet. There's going to be recipes on here. And again, text the word Advocare all in to 444-222 to get some updates. All right. So I think that is it. Are you guys ready for a raffle? Oh, and by the way, on the right-hand side of your screen, if you need to message me, you can message me right there. Oh, wait. Right here. Should come up. Yeah, there it is. Cool. All right, so let's go to a raffle. How's that? I am going to look at the room real quick. Make sure I got everybody who is on. I see Paul, Jake, Sarah, Noah, Heather, Joan, Rich, Richard, Shanika. I did not put your name on there. So I'm going to add you. The Coopers, Sam and Bianca. This is for the $50 raffle. Lamont, you're on here too. All right. Add you guys. And I think everybody else is good. Kelly, Crystal, Becky, everyone else. Okay, cool. All right. So here we go. $50 winner is Crystal Doherty. You are the winner of the $50 drawing. Good job. You know what? I've got a couple other things. So I'm going to pull 3 more names. And it's just going to be a surprise. You're just going to get something in the mail. So let me write down Crystal's name. Crystal, you get the 50. 3 more people are going to get a little gift from me. Oh, sweet Sam and Bianca. And Beans, you guys are getting a little present from me. Kelsey, awesome. Also from Ohio. And last but not least, Keith, you are getting a little present from me. Awesome. All right, guys. So where are we at here time-wise? Okay, 30 minutes. Not too bad. We had a lot to go over. So again, I appreciate everyone being on. Remember, in this upcoming pay periods, in the next several months, the key is all in following up. Shoot for that rookie bonus. Remember, 3 new distributors, 3,000 in volume through those new distributors, and you get $500 sent to you. You can't beat that. That, again, is on top of your current earnings. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and just transition into the business training. If there are any questions, please go ahead and fill out that chat box, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. And I know Erin was on here, and unfortunately, so Erin is deaf. She can go through the PowerPoint, but she doesn't always hear what I say because she's trying to read my lips, and I'm not always looking into the camera. There you go. All right. Cool. So let's get to the training here. That down. This up. All right. You guys may be getting the other screen, but that's fine. All right, so here's what we've got. This business training, this is kind of what we're going to be going over. And again, this is going to be emailed out to you. So when we're done with this webinar, you'll actually get a copy of this, this whole webinar. So if you're writing things down and I go through something a little too fast, don't worry. You'll be able to get through it and you'll be okay. But this is what we're going to go through. So understanding how Advocare is different, finding your purpose, packaging your story, getting yourself and others to advisor, understanding who you're looking for, using the tools in Bulletproof Shield, how to follow up, how to sponsor, and where can you find more information. So let's get in real quickly why Advocare is different. A lot of you know this. You know, it's really all about who you become in this journey, and that's really what sets Advocare apart. It's not just about the products, it's not just about making income, it's about becoming a better person and helping others become better. You know, if you've never read the guiding principles that Advocare has written down, that our founder Charlie Regis put together when he came up with Advocare. You want to. These 10 guiding principles guide the company. And that is something that you can feel comfortable with, that they are not going to go outside those guiding principles no matter what. Charlie put those in place for a reason, and those stand today, and they will stand for the rest of the life of this company. You have unlimited earning potential. It doesn't matter who you enrolled with. Yeah, I may be at the Emerald level, but it doesn't matter. If Erica, if Brandon and Olivia, if Marcus, if Derek, if Richard, if Gary, if anybody, Kate, any of you, if you want to out-earn me, you can. It's all about what you do in this business. The more people you talk to, the more people you help, the more you earn. So it doesn't matter who above you is earning what. It's all about what you do. So you can out-earn your sponsor. Advocare is about leadership development. That's why they put things together like the leadership team. That's why they do the incentives, the trips. Guys, the trips are phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. You're walking on the beach, but what they do when you're there is they bring leaders together, and iron sharpens iron. When you're next to these other leaders, yeah, your cup is being filled and you're becoming a better person and a better leader. It's all about teamwork. It's about a healthy environment, and it's about designing your future, right? The reality is, if you're working a 9 to 5, you're building somebody else's future. You're building somebody else's dream. You're building somebody else's lifestyle. With Advocare, you're building your lifestyle with the work and the ethic and the attitude and the energy that you bring every single day. You're designing your own future. But first, yeah, you got to become great with the fundamentals. It's one thing to enroll $79 in effort. That's great, but there are some basic fundamentals. So that's what we're going to go through. And here are what the fundamentals are. Using the products. Guys, I can tell you this, if you're not on product, you are not going to have a successful business. It's just not going to happen. Now, what products do you need to use? That's completely up to you, your goals, and your budget. Do not, let me stress this again, do not order more product than you can afford. If right now all you can afford is Spark, then that's all you need, because I can tell you what, Spark is a phenomenal product. You're going to get great results. You're going to feel good, and you can share that with other people. You don't need to empty your pockets to be successful here, but you do need to use some of the products. And as you start earning, you can start increasing more. You have to talk to people. That's one of the keys to building successful Advocare businesses. We talk to people. We find out what their desires are, not only in their health, but also just in their personal life. What are some of the things that they want to do? Maybe the opportunities for them. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just the products. But you have to talk to people to find that out. And then, like I was saying earlier, it's all in the follow-up. I already went over that a lot. So following up with people is key, and wearing the colors. So guys, I have my all-in wristband on every single day. Doesn't matter what else I'm wearing. I could be in a suit. My wristband is going to be on there. But I do have, I'm not wearing it tonight, but you guys know, I've got the Advocare gear. I've got t-shirts, I've got hats, I've got everything. And the reason we do that is you will be amazed at how many people will come up to you and be like, oh, Advocare, I've heard of that. Do you do that? And that's an opportunity for you to share your story and maybe generate some interest with them. Okay, so wear the colors. You can go onto advocareapparel.com and place an order for hats, shirts, water bottles, all sorts of stuff, just to show your Advo pride. All right, the next thing is your purpose. So in Advocare, before we really get into the business aspect of it, we want to know why you're doing Advocare. And it has to be more than just about the money. Okay, yeah, the money is a good driver, but I can tell you this, when things get difficult, and trust me, things will get difficult. Mark my words, write that down. Things will get difficult. If you're writing that down, I mean, that you need to highlight, bold it. Things will get difficult. Your purpose is what's going to pull you through. Okay? So how much do you need every single month to take off some of the financial burden that you have right now? Maybe you have debt. Maybe you overextended yourself on a few things, especially around the holidays. That can help pull your purpose forward. But it has to be something that kind of gets the fire in your belly going. and you need to have a target date. You may not achieve it during that date, but at least you have something to look forward to, and you know what you need to do from now until that time. And it's all about employing yourself daily. So again, it's plugging into trainings. It's getting on the phone with your sponsor. It's doing three-way calls, which we'll talk about. You know, it's doing the things every single day, at least a little bit of something. Guys, if you can take 30 minutes a day, you'd be amazed. I mean, that's what? Almost, it's between 2 to 3 hours a week that you're building your future. And that's just 30 minutes a day. We have 30 minutes a day. I can tell you that. You've got 30 minutes in your day that you can build your business, that you can follow up with people who are on product. And if you can spend a little bit more time, maybe an hour a day, guys, the sky's the limit. So employ yourself daily, but make sure you have that purpose. You know, if your purpose is to give back to your church, or maybe it's like for me, I wanted to move down south somewhere where I could dive any day that I wanted, that I could be around the sun shining almost every day and some warmth. You know, that was a big driving factor for me. And, you know, now my driving force too is all the pictures that I have up on my wall of our teammates, you know, who have expressed their goals. Well, that drives me. So when I'm sitting here at my desk, I'm looking at that. I'm like, okay, I'm doing this for Erica so she can go home with her. Oh, shit, I'm about to choke. So she can get home with her kids. Her husband wants to come home. He doesn't want to work his 9 to 5. That's what pulls me. You know, Brandon and Olivia, they got a beautiful baby girl, man, and they want to be there for her. They've got a team that wants some of the same things. So, man, guys, you got to do this. Okay, you got to figure out what your purpose is and let that purpose drive you every single day. All right, and now we got to talk about your story. Because one of the big things that comes up is, all right, I've got my Advocare shirt on. Somebody comes to me and they're like, hey, what's Advocare? So what do? A lot of times, if we don't have our story packaged, we end up what's called advo vomiting on people. And advo vomiting is, man, it's this amazing nutrition and wellness company. Drew Brees is national spokesperson. And my buddy Matt, you know, he's earning $15,000 a month. And the Scientific and Medical Advisory Board, you know, this guy came up with you just advo vomit on them. Nobody cares about that stuff. Okay, nobody cares about Drew Brees. Nobody cares about me. Nobody cares about the Scientific and Medical Advisory Board, at least not at the beginning. All they care about is, hey, what's Advocare and what can it do for me? And your way of showing them what's possible is by putting your story together. So remember, facts tell, stories are what's going to sell. It needs to be brief. So we're looking at 30-second elevator pitch to maximum 2 minutes. Okay, this is not a long, drawn out thing. So you can go up to 3 minutes. I typically like to say 2-minute version. 3 minute can be reserved for like mixers at somebody's home. But you want to practice it, and it needs to be conversational. You know, a lot of times we do say, hey, go ahead and write down your story, but at some point you need to make it conversational. It needs to sound like you. You know, so for me, I was a small business owner working 80+ hours per week. I really didn't have a life to myself, and I was tired. My buddy Matt introduced me to Advocare. He gave me this product called Spark, and I can tell you this, the first time I took Spark, I got more done that day than I had that whole week, and I was sold. So I joined Advocare to make sure I could get a discount and get my products at the highest discount because I could get 40% off it, which is pretty cool. But what I found is that people needed what I had, so I started sharing it with them. My first month, I made a little over $800, and you know, flash forward now, I've got a full-time income with part-time effort, and I'm in the best shape of my life. Does either one of those things sound like something you might be interested in? Bam, that's it. I don't know how long that took. I didn't time myself, but here's what your story is. It's where you were, what you saw, where you are now, or some of the added benefits, where you're going, and then, hey, sound like something you might be interested in. So again, for me, small business owner working 80+ hours per week, I was tired. My buddy showed me a product that was going to give me some energy, showed me an opportunity that I could earn some extra income. Here's what it did for me. Here's where I'm going with it. And does any of this sound like something you might be interested in? That's it. Get good at that. Stay in that. That's all you need. You don't need to talk about Drew Brees. You don't need to talk about the side med board. That can come later. Okay, but when they say, yeah, man, I'd love to see more, or I'd love to find out more. Now you can start getting into the questions. Okay, well, tell me a little bit about your lifestyle. You know, what are your goals? You know, are you married? Start just asking questions about their lifestyle. And then that's how you can figure out where you need to go with it. Okay, from there, you need to get to advisor as soon as possible. And I just got a text message. Let me see something real quick. Gina just sent me a message. She goes, there's free shipping until Sunday, right? Not to my understanding. The free shipping was done yesterday. So no, I believe the shipping, I'll check on that, but I'm almost 100% sure shipping is done with. You have to pay for that now. But anyway, so back to advisor. Advisor is the highest discount level in the company. It's a 40% discount on your orders. It's 40% maximum earnings on retail purchases. And you also then can start earning the difference between your discount and other distributors on your team. But it also opens up all 5 ways that we get paid. So as a distributor at the 20, 25, 30% level, you earn income 2 ways: through retail sales and wholesale commissions. And as an advisor, you earn income all 5 ways. Okay, thank you, Sarah. Shipping is extended to Sunday. Okay, Sarah, you said it's not. Shipping is extended to Sunday. So it is extended into Sunday. Cool. All right, so see, I don't know everything, guys. I have teammates who know everything. We all come together and we do this as a team. So cool. Thanks for that, Sarah. I appreciate it. So why getting to advisor matters? Outside of the earning potential, it also gives you the inventory to create product momentum. So just think about it. You're opening a business, okay? Let's be real. When you start an Advocare business, you're opening a business. Having product, having inventory is what any successful business does. You don't open up a shoe store and then just have a computer and be like, well, here, you can just order and it'll ship to you. They're going to go to another store. Okay, so have some inventory on hand. It creates a sense of urgency. I can tell you this, when I have a bunch of boxes of Advocare stuff sitting on my shelves, I'm talking to people because I want to get that stuff sold and make my money back and earn some income. And the reality is, the leader determines the speed of the pack. So the most people who join you are going to do exactly what you did. So if you did an advisor order, most likely people are going to do the same thing because they see it in you. They see the results that you did with it. I made a little over $800 with my advisor order. That's pretty good. You know, so people are going to do that. They're like, well, shoot, if he can do it, I can do it. And he's going to help me, so why not? And you have a full year to return any unused product if it, for whatever reason, it's just not working out for you. And you can get a full refund on that unused product. Okay, so you've got that. You've got the opportunity to earn an extra $500 rookie bonus once you become an advisor. Just a lot of good stuff. So you want to get there as soon as possible. 2 ways to get there. We're not going to go into a lot of detail on this one. The first way is making a single purchase of inventory. It's $3,000 worth of product. You saved 30% on that order. So your investment is $2,100 plus your tax and shipping, but you're getting $3,000 worth of product. So if you use some of that product and sell it, you know, you have up to $900 earnings potential on that advisor order. But then every order after that is at 40%, and you're at the advisor level, and you can start working to earn your rookie bonus. The other way is you can accumulate the $3,000 in volume over 3 consecutive pay periods. You just need to make sure you have at least $500 in retail volume for those consecutive pay periods, okay? And at the end, it equals 3,000. On my YouTube channel, which is Hickey Advo, I did a whole training on this, so you can check that out if you want more details. Make sure you're using the tools. They just came out with a brand new Impact magazine. You want to load up on those. The Solutions for Your Success DVD are great too, especially when you have people at your house and you kind of want to do a plug and play type mixer. Just throw that in there, show some stories, share your results, go over the 24-day challenge. You'll be amazed at how many people get on board just from that alone. Also, make sure you're getting trained. Go to advocare.com, click on the training section. There are trainings from the top income earners in the company. There's training from corporate staff. There's just a ton of stuff just on your Advocare microsite alone. So truly, here's what I can tell you. It doesn't matter who you enroll with. If you want to be successful in Advocare, you have the tools. Advocare has put everything together for you. So it doesn't matter if you never hear from your sponsor. If you're willing to go to work, you've got the training. So go there. You can also go to championmakerstraining.com. There's some additional training videos there. Also, when you go to your Advocare microsite, there's an events tab at the top. So all the corporate events that are being hosted around the nation are going to be on there. Click on that. Every week, you should be checking out if there's an event in your area. There's also an events link on championmakerstraining.com. Now that's going to be more intensive because it's going to come from other distributors. So you can see a lot more events that are going on around the nation on championmakerstraining.com. Get to those events, guys. Next, man, is this one of those pyramid things? Or hey, what's in Spark? Does this stuff really work? We get those questions all the time. So you need to understand how to handle those. And it's through what we call the Bulletproof Shield. So the Bulletproof Shield is your story, plus ideally the stories of 2 other people that you know, or maybe you read in an Impact magazine or you heard about, because that's going to provide credibility. So when I tell somebody my first Spark, I got more done that day than I had that whole week, you can't take that away from me. That's true. That is my story. That is my testimony, and you can't take that away from me. So that's why it's so important to package your story so you have that and know some stories of other people's, because you want to be able to relate maybe something different to somebody else that maybe your story doesn't really relate to. So have some other stories in your pocket. Okay, so you share your story and they're like, yeah. But seriously, does Spark really work? Like, hey, well, you know what? Drew Brees takes it. I know Rich Froning uses Spark and they absolutely love it. They know they get the energy and the mental focus from it. So, you know, if they're endorsing it, and hey, you know, Rich Froning, he's not even paid to endorse Advocare products. He's given a certain amount of products every year, but to me, that means the products work. So I don't know much about what's in it, but what I do know is that they use it. I know that I feel better with it, and you're going to love it. Okay, so we don't get into the ingredient debate. That's not our job. That's the Scientific and Medical Advisory Board. But again, if they go into like, okay, yeah, I get it. You know, Drew Brees, that's cool, whatever. But seriously, what's in it? Hey, you know what? Honestly, I really don't know much about that. But what I do know is we've got doctors who are at the top levels of their fields in nutrition, toxicology, men's and women's health. And those are the people who formulate our products. So they make sure that it's safe, it's effective, and it does exactly what it's supposed to do. So I don't know exactly what's in it. I can't tell you all the ingredients because that's just not my role. You can read the label if you want, but I know if they're putting it in the product, it's safe and it's going to work. Okay, and then the last ditch effort, if they're still like, yeah, but seriously, I just don't know about this. You know, I've just been burned before. I've tried other things and I just really didn't like it. You've got a satisfaction guarantee. If you order a product through the website, it ships to you, you try it, you don't like it, you call up Advocare and you say, hey, you know what? I bought this product. I'm not happy with it. Here's why I'm returning it. It's a satisfaction guarantee, 100%. Okay, now here's what I want to tell you. If you're a sponsor, never let your product users call customer service. Customer service is great. Don't get me wrong. They're going to be treated very well. But as a sponsor, I feel like it's it's kind of our thing to be able to take care of our customers. Okay, so it's our responsibility to be like, hey, you know what? You didn't like that flavor. Let me exchange it out for you. or if they had an adverse reaction for whatever, hey, I'm going to go ahead and refund you your money, and I'm going to go ahead and use it. Because here's the reality. Most likely you're using that product, so why not just take it back, make it easy for the customer, maybe find another option for them, so you just exchange it out for something else, but you keep them on product. Okay, so that satisfaction guarantee is there. It is held up 100% by Advocare Corporate, but on the distributor side, I like to just say it's our responsibility. Take hold of that. It's your business to try and take care of your customers. Next, who are we looking for in Advocare? So you start off with your natural market, and first, those are the people that you have influence with. Okay, so those are your close relationships, the people that are close to you. We call them your low-hanging fruit, friends and family, and the people they know. Okay, so you get the person who says, well, I don't really know a lot of people. That's fine. If you know one person, they probably know other people, and those people know other people, and those people know other people. So your list never ends. So that excuse of I don't know enough people, BS, throw it out. Okay, also, anyone who says that, if I pull up their Facebook page, I'm sure they have a couple hundred friends. So call them out if you need to. Then you have your casual relationships and the people they know. You have acquaintances and the people they know. And then you have those people that you just meet on a daily basis that you don't know from anybody else, but they know people. That's who you start with. We don't do cold calling. Why the heck would I ever want to do cold call when I can start with those who are closest to me and have them introduce me to somebody else? That makes my job so much more fun and so much more rewarding. Now, if you want to see an extended list of people that you can talk to, go to my team website. It's forallchampions.com. Click on Team Member Access, enter the username Advocare, password champions, and then download the natural warm market file that's on there. That's just a great tool to use. So that's who we're looking at. But now, who are we looking at to try the products? People who are attentive to their health right now. Okay, not those people who are dreamers, but the people who will take action. People who are willing to purchase products and able to purchase products. They're willing to learn and engage in a process, which means they're coachable. Okay, I will pass up somebody 100% of the time if I know that they are just going to drag me down into the dumps. Okay, I don't have time for that. It's not worth my time to get somebody and try and try and try. It's like dragging a dead horse. Okay, but when I talk with someone, I say, hey, look, you've got to be coachable. Let me coach you on this. Are you willing to listen to my suggestions? And if they say yes, bam, I'm in. Okay, and you're also looking for people who are trying to get a lifestyle. They're not looking for the quick fix. Quick fixes don't work. Advocare is about a healthy lifestyle. So that's who you're looking for on the product side. On the business side of things, you're looking for people who are disgusted with their current circumstances. They have a desire to change things and to be better. They have a character and a teachable spirit. So their character, their ethics are high, and they're coachable. Again, there's that coachable thing. You want to work with people who are willing to listen to you. You've talked to them about their motivation, okay? And there should be a financial motivation there. There should also be, the other personal purpose that goes right along with it. They need to be action-oriented. When I can get somebody and say, hey, you know what? You're interested? I want you to watch this video. It's 15 minutes. Will you be able to watch that tonight? And they say yes, and they watch it, and they get back to me that night. That's somebody I want to work with. Or if I tell them, hey, write down your top 3 people, call them, let's schedule a 3-way call. So you share your story, they say, yes, I'm interested, or maybe they say no, that's fine. But those who say yes, you say, great, here's what we do next. I want to get you on the phone with my buddy Matt. He's the one who's been helping me. He's going to help you too. Okay, so that is a great transition for any of you who are trying to get a 3-way call or get people to a mixer. Once they say yes, just stop and say, great, here's what we do next. I want to introduce you to my buddy, not sponsor, not upline, not Emerald Leader or any of that stuff. I want to introduce you to my friend, so-and-so. This is the person who's helping me, and they're going to help you too. That's it. So if they said, I need to earn an extra $1,000 by next month, well, here's what we do. If you're not willing to do that, then we can't go anywhere. Okay, so don't drag a dead horse. If they're not willing to take the next step, then they are not coachable. Okay, so they have to have that sense of urgency. They have to want it now. And again, going back to the fortune and the follow-up, compliance, whether it's product or business, and your results are going to equal income 100% of the time. And then look at that bottom part. So you plus your sponsor plus your prospect is going to give you success. You minus your sponsor plus your prospect is just going to frustrate the heck out of you. Okay? And here's why. This is on-the-job training. Okay, so when you do a three-way call, you're listening to your sponsor talk to your prospect. And at the same time, you're learning what to say, how to say it, when to say it, and what the next step is. Okay, so we retail products to recruit for the business. So this is a retail to recruit business. Okay, we help them learn new behaviors. You demonstrate that because you care. And you're serving them. You're showing them what they need to do. So you're providing them a service. Okay, make sure you're always setting it up. Before you guys do anything, hey, this is what you can expect from me. You're doing the 24-day challenge. Well, I'm going to follow up with you on day 1, on day 3, 7, 10, and then about every 3 days after that. Is that okay? And by the way, what days and times are best to call you? Is it better in the afternoon or early in the day? Make sure you're finding those things out. Okay, and then with the follow-up, you got to ask them specifically, hey, how did you take the product? Like literally, how much water did you drink? Did you chew it? Did you swallow it? What foods are you eating? What were your meals today? Get specific. And you want to listen closely. Okay, that way you're going to figure out, if something needs to change or whether they're doing something great. You want to encourage them, and then our job is to correct them if they need that correction. Okay, one of the biggest things, don't get on people, if they went to Wendy's and maybe they got a chili, okay? Be like, hey, you know what? Here's the thing, that wasn't the best option at Wendy's, but I can tell you this, it was a better option than a burger and fries, so I want to give you a pat on the back for that, but here's what I would recommend you do next time. Okay, and then you can recommend, one of their salads with double chicken on it. Something like that. So positive reinforcement, don't just harp on them for doing something because they didn't get to be overweight or out of shape by doing the right things. Okay, they need to learn that, and that's our job, is to help coach them. Okay, next, employing your sponsor. So again, this is on-the-job training for you. It's going to make your training go so much faster than if you're trying to do it on your own. And 2-on-1 is more successful. It really is, guys. You look at the bottom there, 1 person is gossip, 2 people are gospel. It's true. It's called third-party credibility. Okay, third-party credibility is huge. A lot of times when you're getting somebody on the phone with your sponsor, that person doesn't know your sponsor. Okay, but they may know you, and they may know you really well. And so you're talking to them about earning income, but they know just 3 years ago you filed bankruptcy. So why the heck are they going to listen to you about money when you filed bankruptcy 3 years ago? Okay, but your sponsor, they don't know. Okay, your sponsor may have filed bankruptcy 3 years ago, but now is earning $10,000 a month. That's what they're going to know, is that this person is earning $10,000 a month and they're helping your friend. Okay, that's powerful. So employ your sponsor as often as you can. Now, one other key thing, and I know you hear the term recruiting a lot, but reality is we sponsor people. Okay, and you need to understand that sponsoring is different than recruiting. Recruiting is, I signed up Joe Schmo, and now I'm going to sign up Sally Sue. Okay, you're just recruiting. You're going from one person to the next. Sponsoring means you get somebody to enroll, you lock arms with them, and you help them achieve results, whether that's on the product, business, or both. Okay, that's what we do. We sponsor people here in Advocare. So you need to embrace that. You need to intentionally seek to guide, direct, and support. You need to know where you stop and they start. That's the other thing. Set some guidelines. I like to say a lot of times, hey, look, I can be on you every single day if you want. Or if you're kind of the type that you just want me to follow up every few days, that's fine. But I need to know kind of where you are with that. Okay. And then also on that same line is you need to understand that if they're trying to build a business, they are trying to build a business. You don't need to be 100% in their business. Once they get something and you've gone through it several times, then maybe every once in a while be like, hey, just want to make sure you're following up properly with your challengers. So, who have you talked to in the last few days? You don't need to reach out to their challengers anymore. I don't go through Brandon and Olivia's downline and be like, oh, is this person on a challenge? I'm going to go coach them. No, I know they can do it. I know Erica can coach her people. I know Gary and all those. Everyone can coach their people on that. I don't need to be so involved with all of that at this point. I need to be there more to support them and encourage them, and then to be third-party credibility for them. Okay? And then remember, action earns your time, not words. Squeaky wheel gets you grease. Okay? I have a lot of people in my organization who at the beginning told me big things. They're going to earn, I don't know, $10,000 by next month, and they just began. Okay? But there's no action. Action gets you paid. Words don't. Okay? So I can talk to you till I'm blue in the face about where I want to be at the end of this year. But if I'm not doing the things that I need to do to get me there, well, we know where it's going to end up. So action, action, action. And then the question always comes up, well, do I really focus on sponsoring people, or do I help those who I've sponsored sponsor other people? Well, the answer is yes. Okay. Both are going to be rewarded by the compensation plan. So you want to build your business as wide and as deep as you can. So what does that mean? That means when you sponsor someone, your next question with them is, hey, who are the top 3 people on your list? Let's talk to them. Okay, you may only get 2 of them. That's fine. Those 2 people that you sponsored or that they sponsored, now you're going to talk to them. Hey, who are the top 3 people on your list? And just keep going with that until it ends. Until somebody's not willing to put you on the phone, keep asking that question. Who are your top 3 people? Okay, so you can build deep and you can build wide. And your team is going to duplicate what they see. So if you're doing that, and that is the correct thing to do, then your business is going to explode. Okay, next success goal. And AdvoNation. I talked about this on the pay period kickoff webinar. If you weren't on there, just real quickly, I'm going to go over it. AdvoNation starts this weekend, so it's Saturday the 9th. And then there's also next weekend on the 16th. Okay, so it's just one day, and it's in 10 different cities across the nation. So you need to go onto your Advocare website, see which one is closest to you. You're going to be able to meet other people in Advocare. You're going to be able to network with your team. You're going to get product training. You're going to get business training. You're going to get motivation. You're going to have some keynote speakers there. I mean, it just expands your vision for the future. I mean, and saying that is so small. You have to be in that room to really understand what I mean when I say your vision will expand. But I can tell you this, all top income earners are at Success Goal. They're at AdvoNation. There is not one leader in this company that does not go to every single Success Goal unless something tragic happened in their lives. Okay, so if you want to be successful in Advocare, you've got to be in that room. All right, and if you can't be in that room this weekend or next weekend, you need to find an event close to you that you can get your butt in a seat. And if there is nothing around you, now, when I say around you, keep in mind, if it's 3, 5, 8 hours away, that's around you. Okay, I did many drives to all sorts of places at the beginning of my business because I wanted to learn. So it's worth it to go down there and take a little bit of time so that you can build this business the way that it needs to be built so that you can be successful. All right. So next, if you're not an advisor, get there as soon as possible. Get your AdvoNation ticket now. Success School tickets. So the only difference, Success School is in Dallas. AdvoNation is across the U.S. So AdvoNation is this weekend and next weekend. Always remember, keep in mind, who are you talking to next? You should always have somebody that you're going to talk to. Teach others to do the same. Keep in mind, people will do what you do. And now, real quickly, and this is where we're going to end it, I'm going to give you 10 action steps to get you on the fast track to success. So take some notes, but remember, you can come back to this webinar and stop it and kind of write it down a little bit more. But here we go. So for your own individual momentum, put together 10 care packages to friends. Okay, that can be an impact magazine with Spark, maybe some meal replacements, and if you have this Tools for Your Success DVD, include that. Now, one key in that impact magazine, don't just send it without putting something in it. So when I was introduced to Advocare, Matt Warren, who is my sponsor, sent me a package just like this. It had impact magazine, Spark, meal replacements, and the DVD. But on that impact magazine, he had sticky notes. And so for the first year of our business, Matt was known as the sticky note guy. But he literally put sticky notes and wrote just something on it. So if there was a story of like a trainer in the impact magazine, he was like, this is so-and-so, you know, he was a personal trainer, now earning $7,000 a month or whatever. Okay, and I read the story. And then he showed the SciMed board and he made a little note. You know, Dr. Judrick's, the modern, came up with the modern day IV, the solution that goes into the IV, the TPN. You know, so he just highlighted several things in there. And I want to say there were maybe 7 to maybe 10 at the most. Okay, he's not highlighting every single page, but things that he thought would be impactful for me. Again, Impact Magazine, be impactful. Find 10 friends on Facebook and instant message them. You got 10 friends? Just message them. They may not respond, but what if they do? Spark 3 people a day and 10 on the weekends. Put Spark in people's bodies. That product is impactful. They will feel it. They will want more. Doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, car wash, massages. Be intentional, okay? You should always have some impact magazines and Spark samples on you and put yourself in positions where you can talk to people. So a lot of times say, well, you know, I just really don't get out much. Okay, well, get out. Go get your car washed. And when you're there, talk to somebody. Create a friend. You may not even get into the Advocare conversation, and that's okay. But if you can create a friend and create relationships, that's what this business is designed on. It's a relationship business. So build relationships. Get yourself out there. Children's sports events. You know, if you have kids, man, be intentional. And when you're at events, don't come with your Spark already mixed. Okay, that's a no-no. You mix it right there where everyone can see and they can hear that sound. And they look over and they're like, the heck are they doing? What's that red stuff that you're mixing up? Oh, it's Spark. You know, it's mental focus and energy drink. It really keeps me going. And man, I'll tell you what, I had a heck of a day, and this is gonna last me to the end of the night. And they'll be like, oh, I need that. Bam. Share your story, sample them some Spark, and you've got a product user right there. Okay, follow up with people that you first shared Advocare with. And here's the key. Everyone that I know, every top income earner will say the same exact thing. At the beginning of my Advocare journey, I burned a lot of bridges. I got people started on products. I didn't follow up properly with them, and I left them hanging. Okay, so be transparent and just say, hey, look, guys, you know what? I was new to Advocare, and I was really excited, and I kind of dropped the ball with you guys, and I apologize for that. But I'll tell you what I've learned over the last few months. Share that with them and say, look, you know, I'd love to revisit this with you. Are you willing to sit down and talk? Again, you may get a few people, you may not, but you don't know unless you ask. Okay, now group momentum. Call the top 20% on your team and ask what their specific individual goals are for the next 2 pay periods. Okay, top 20%. Figure out how many people you have on your team. Okay, figure out what 20% of that number is. And then talk to them about what their goals are. Call your top 20% and schedule a mixer. Put it on the calendar, and not a month away, not 2 months away, within the next 2 weeks. Okay, so get something scheduled ASAP. And mixers are just small gatherings at somebody's home, going over who Advocare is, going over the 24-day challenge, sharing what's possible with the opportunity, and then painting some vision for them. Also, go to freeconferencecalling.com and get a conference number. You need to set up regular calls with your team. So freeconferencecalling.com is a free conference number that you get. You can set up a specific day and time. So you tell your team, hey, on Tuesdays at 3 o'clock, we're going to have a conference call. Everyone dial this number. Here's the password. And so they call in at 3 o'clock. They enter their password, and everybody's on the phone there. And you can mute them if you want to talk first, and then you can unmute. So, allow some question and answer time. It's a pretty cool thing. Also, so this webinar program that I have, it's one that I pay for. It does a lot of stuff. It has a lot of bells and whistles, so that's nice. But you can go to manycam.com, and there's a free app where you can do webinars. Okay, so learn how to do webinars, because the reality is all of your team is not going to be in your hometown. You may have people all throughout the US, so doing webinars helps connect everyone. Okay, you can also go to forallchampions.com, click on the team member access link. Again, username Advocare, password champions. Use the pre-made PowerPoints that are on there. Now, some of those PowerPoints are a little bit old, so you may need to change out some of the slides, but it gives you an idea of how to do a mixer and how to do a business presentation. Okay, so those are on there. So guys, those are 10 tips that can take your business to the next level. I hope that was helpful. And so yeah, that concludes the training. That concludes the pay period kickoff webinar. I appreciate you guys staying on. Joan, see you in Cincinnati. Yes. Let me see. Mike, see you on Monday. See if there's any other questions. That's right. See, Erin, it's pretty cool. She got her downlines getting some prizes. Sweet. And so Paul Lagno. All right, everybody see that. Hopefully at the top there. Here's a little training for you. So Paul and Joyce, who I met in Columbus, I've known them, geez, guys, 12 years or so. It's been a while. So they joined, they got products, they loved the products, they got to the advisor level. Paul owned a photography studio in Columbus, and busy. I mean, he had like all the realtors in the Columbus and Ohio area. So he was a busy guy. They really didn't take off with their business. They did have some success, but sometimes life gets in the way. But now obviously he's looking at the opportunity again. So never discount anyone. People on your team, sometimes you need to let them go, but always be there for them. It's the same thing with Brandon and Olivia. There was a time for a year that they fell off, okay? But the whole time during that year, they were earning income from the work that they did the previous year. And I always kept in touch. So through my emails, through different trainings, just every once in a while being like, hey, how are you guys doing? Okay, that allowed them, when they were ready, to pick up the phone and be like, hey, Matt, we're ready to come back. Here's what's been going on. This whole time we're getting paid and we're not doing anything. What if we actually put in some work? Okay, so that's what can happen. So always be there for people. Always show people that you are in the game. Because even those people who say no to you on the product side, they may come back to you. Richard Rausch, 3 years it took him to finally jump on a 24-day challenge. And now he's a business builder. All right, I can tell you so many stories. Erica, she was a product user for the longest time, didn't want anything to do with the business. About a year later, decided, all right, maybe it's time. Okay, that happens all the time. So don't let it frustrate you. Be there for people, but if they're not willing to be coached at that time, just make sure they know you're still there. So when they're ready, they come to you. Okay, and then for everybody else who has never heard of Advocare, you want to put yourself out there in a way that when they see that logo, they immediately think of you. Okay, so that's why having the wristband on, wearing Advocare apparel, on your Facebook page, for every 5 personal posts, 1 Advocare post. Okay, 5 personal, 1 Advocare, not 5 Advocare and 1 personal. You're going to get a lot of people to unfriend you. Okay, so make sure you're using the Facebook page right. Definitely share Advocare. I mean, hell, when I take a picture, usually I have an Advocare shirt on. I don't need to say anything. The logo's there. Bam, done. That's an Advocare. It's a personal post, but it has a little bit of Advocare in there. So you can do posts like that. That wouldn't be considered your 1 Advocare post, because hopefully you're sharing something like you're out with friends, you take a picture, bam, Advocare shirt there. So it puts it in their minds. What I mean by an Advocare post is, hey, we're starting Group 24-Day Challenge on the 11th. I'd love to have at least 5 people join me. Is there anybody out there who would like to join us, feel better, look better, perform better for 2016? Okay, that's an Advocare post. Okay, everything else would be considered personal. And I'm always strategic too, so like I always have something Advocare related in the background. Look through my pictures, you'll see it. But all right, guys, with that, I appreciate you being on. Let me make sure there's no other comments here. All right, we're good. Have a great night, guys. Let's make 2016 your best year yet. And I look forward to talking to all of you. I'm going to do a better job at calling people and really making sure that we're doing what we need to do so that we can all be successful as a team. We can all get into that leadership room, and we can all start earning the income that we want and doing the things in life that make us happy because we can, not because we're forced to do a job that we hate. Okay, so with that, guys, have a great night. Get some good rest. I hope the wheels are turning. If you haven't started your list, get your list going. Talk to your sponsor. Get your sponsor to do some work for you, man. Employ us. That's what we're here for. I am unemployed until you get me on the phone. So have a great night. Talk to you guys soon.